The archive chamber hummed with ancient power as Maya's fingers danced across the crystalline interface. Dust motes floated through shafts of blue light, illuminated by the precursor data streams that hadn't been accessed in 10,000 years. She was a xenoarchaeologist, humanity's best, and she had just unearthed something that would rewrite everything they knew about their species. "Ferret, you need to see this," she called out, her voice echoing in the cavernous space beneath Europa's ice. Ferret materialized beside her, his holographic form flickering slightly in the electromagnetic interference of the ancient vault. He had been human once, before the neural transfer, before he chose to become something else entirely. Now he served as humanity's link to the digital archives, scattered across 100 worlds. "What have you found?" he asked, his voice carrying the warmth that no amount of digitization could erase. Maya pulled up a translucent display, and symbols began cascading across it. Precursor script, the language of the ancient ones who had seeded the galaxy with life before vanishing eons ago. But these weren't creation myths or star charts. These were war logs. "The precursors fought someone," Maya whispered, her dark eyes widening as the translation algorithms worked. "A war that spanned millennia. And Ferret, they fought humans." "That's impossible," Ferret said, leaning closer to examine the data. "Humanity only reached the stars 3 centuries ago. The precursors vanished 50,000 years before we even discovered fire." "Read this," Maya said, highlighting a passage. Her hands trembled slightly. The translation appeared: "Encounter 7,429 with the persistent ones. Eliminated their settlements on 7 worlds. Scattered their fleets. Burned their genetic repositories. Conclusion: threat neutralized. Note: this species demonstrates remarkable adaptability and recovery capability. Recommend continued monitoring." Ferret was silent for a moment, processing. "Encounter 7,429, Maya scrolled forward. The entries continued, each one documenting humanity's destruction, and each one followed by another entry, years or decades later, noting their return. Encounter 8,001. The persistent ones have rebuilt. New technology detected. Quantum displacement drives beyond our initial projections. Eliminated their homeworld. Survivors scattered to binary star system, designated KX 447. Threat assessment. Upgraded. They kept killing us," Maya breathed. "Over and over. And we kept coming back." Ferret expanded his search parameters, diving deeper into the archive. Centuries of war logs appeared, painting a picture that defied everything they understood about human history. Humanity hadn't evolved on Earth, they had been driven there, pushed back again and again by the precursors, hunted across the galaxy. But they never stayed dead. "Look at this entry," Ferret said, pulling up a log dated near the end of the precursor timeline. "It's different." "Bodhi," Maya read aloud. "Encounter 12,847. The persistent ones have infiltrated our research stations. They do not come to destroy. They come to learn. They have stolen our biotechnology, our dimensional mathematics, our cultural archives. We do not understand their purpose. They could have weaponized this knowledge. Instead, they preserve it." Assessment. Unknown. The next entry made Maya's blood run cold. Encounter 13,001. They have found our homeworld. We prepared for war. They came with archives, our own history, saved from facilities we believed destroyed. They offered peace. They asked why. We had no answer that satisfied them or ourselves. First Consul has ordered cessation of hostilities. We do not know if this is wisdom or weakness. They stopped, Ferret said softly. The precursors stopped fighting humanity. Maya scrolled to the final entries, her heart pounding. The logs became more philosophical, less military. They are incomprehensible. When we destroy their cities, they rebuild. When we scatter them across dead worlds, they terraform. When we erase their culture, they create new songs. We have killed them 10,000 times. They have never sought our extinction in return. They only ask, why? We have no answer. Perhaps that is why we are dying. And they persist. The last log entry was dated just before the Precursor civilization vanished. The persistent ones have asked to help us. They have offered their genetic diversity, their adaptive techniques, their relentless hope. We are too tired, too old. We have forgotten how to change. They have never forgotten. Perhaps that is the difference between those who fade and those who remain. We have decided to sleep. They have decided to endure. We gift them our knowledge, our warnings, our respect. If any species can survive the great filter that claims us all, it will be them. They never stay dead. Maya stepped back from the console, tears streaming down her face. We're not from Earth. We were hunted there. It was our last refuge, and we turned it into our home. And when we forgot our past, we climbed back to the stars anyway, Ferret added. Just like we always did. They stood in silence, surrounded by the weight of humanity's true history. Humanity hadn't inherited the galaxy from the Precursors. They had outlasted them, survived them, persisted when ancient civilizations fell. What do we do with this? Maya finally asked. Ferret's holographic form smiled. We do what humans have always done. We remember. We learn. We keep going. Above them, through kilometers of ice, the stars waited, the same stars humanity had been reaching for since before memory, before history, before even the Earth itself. And they would keep reaching, because that's what humans did. They never stayed dead.